Powerful reasons. You guys have powerful reasons like what?
Yeah, we're starting a podcast. Sure, I wouldn't miss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't miss. Abusheni, we are back on the next episode of the 015 Voice Podcast, and today we are having the very most important person in Limpopo. I'll be passing the mic to my co-hoster, Elmari.
Greetings, 015ers. It is yet another day. It's very chilled, very sociable. And we are here with one of the greatest giants and one of the people who might be considered one of the pillar of strength around the community of Dan village. Who might he be? He is well known by the name of Sir Godfrey Rikhotso. Abshen ekamwina. Minjani.
Pfukile munjani?
Pfukile. Hina hi tala ku tiva ku ri nkulukumba Godfrey Rikhotso i mani, u huma kwini ene u fikise ku yini la a nga kona namuntlha.
Rikhotso u velekiwe ka Mhlava 5 decades ago. A nghena xikolo Nkakasana, Mhlava School na le Marito. High school ya mina yi endlele Mpumulana, where I did my grade 8 and 9. And I also did my grade 10, 11 and 12 at Charles Mathale, where I matriculated way back in 1989.
Wow, that's long. That's long. So, now you're the principal of Magoza, right?
Yes,
I heard you started I think 2010. Is it true?
correct.
So what people say outside, I don't know it's true or not. So they say the school was a hell of chaos, if I say. There were maybe learners who were into drugs, stabbing, fights, and after you came in, everything changed. Is it true?
I may not know what happened before I went there.
Yeah.
But of course, I heard stories about the school before I went there.
Yeah.
Amongst others, I heard of a story where a learner hit a teacher with a chair. To be frank with you, the day I was called by Mr. Ngoveni, who broke the news that I've been appointed, I remember very well. I was preparing to go to my former workstation at Lifara, where I was a deputy principal.
Yeah.
So he broke the news. It was day of reopening of schools in the morning, first day of reopening. And he said, congratulations, you have been appointed as principal of Magoza. Instead of being excited, I was so afraid because of the stories that I have heard about the school.
Oh, the school.
Of course, some of the things I saw, like drug peddling, I saw that learners used to smoke drugs in the school premises. They used to fight. It's something in the past. And I must be quick to point out, it's not because of me, it's because of the involvement of everybody, all stakeholders, parents, the community itself, the teachers who are there. They've been very supportive. Otherwise, as an individual, I wouldn't have been able to change the school. It takes a community to change the school around.
Oh, yes. But I hear there are even other stories where even other, maybe the parents of the kids who even opened cases for you after all it happened. It's just rumors. I'm not sure.
No, they did not open cases.
Yeah.
It's sometimes during our operation, the things we do may sometimes not be accepted by parents, and they take it up with the circuit. That's where they report. But others do report us to the MEC. We are now used to it. Even the minister knows about Magoza.
Yeah.
I once had a letter that I had to account coming straight from the minister's office.
Right.
So some parents do report us, and we welcome that. It helps us to put ourselves on the toes. Otherwise, we would even abuse our powers. But knowing that we come from a community of people who know their rights, who know which doors to knock at, makes us to always do things right.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
before you continue, right? Man laku vutisa. Is it the way you inflict your strategies? Is it a manner yaku you have always been keen to work with kids, or it was a matter of a state of emergency where you had to like loko va ze va mi veka eka xikhundla lexo a ko va ku ri va faneke va tisa ntshunxeko na kurhula eka xikolo?
No, what happened is that the former principal, Mem Ntsanwisi, went on retirement, and the post had to be advertised. Like every teacher in the profession who wants to grow, I applied for the post. Fortunately, after the interviews, I was the lucky one.
So they selected you in that way
through the interview processes. Yes.
So weren't there maybe other school kids who maybe made threats to you after everything that was happening in the change?
Yeah, I've never heard that. You see, from a distance, you would hear that the kids are wild, and even up till today, kids are kids. They will always be naughty. But
true.
I've never met a child who, when you told him to go to class, refused. They are very cooperative. That is why when things change, it cannot be that it's because I arrived, but it's because the kids themselves are a good bunch of learners. Yeah.
So actually, if I would say you never experienced everything that they were talking about, those past teachers.
No, I did. Like they were not used to having afternoon studies. You would open the gate for teachers to go, and every learner would like to run home. And it took us time to convince them that it's important for them to study. Like I had an agreement with them in my first year that let's give it a try this term. And if by the end of the term you fail, then the next term there will be no need for us to continue studying because you would have seen yourself it does not work. But if you pass, I wouldn't have to remind you that this thing works. So they gave me an ear. We tried, we studied, remained till late in the afternoon. Come end of the term, they saw the results improving themselves. And like I always said, giving them this motto or this slogan, that hard work pays. Ufana na masipala. So they saw it themselves that indeed, as they worked hard, studied till late into the afternoon, the results came and they had confidence back. Even the teachers who had given up, so that with hard work comes good results. And now the confidence was back. It's not like the kids were bad, but I think I arrived at an institution where everybody had given up, parents, children, and teachers. And when the results started coming, now everybody believed indeed hard work pays.
Okay, speaking of children, how was Mr Rikhotso loko va ha kula? Can you say he was one person who was a people's person, or a ko va munhu wa conservative va ku u tiva leswi a swi lavaka kumbe u lava ku fikelela leswi a swi lavaka kumbe laha a vonaka vutomi bya yena byi nga va byi ri koho in the next coming maybe 30 years or so from when you matriculated?
Yeah, I grew up like just like anybody around me. Maybe one thing about me, I'm playful. I like soccer, but when it came to schooling, I could tell there must be a time for school, there must be a time for soccer. I said I did my matric at Charles Mathale. That's where we met good teachers who shaped us. Amongst them, there was Mr. Maluleke, who was my geography teacher. He inspired me to be a teacher. He retired last year. Amongst my measures, it's geography, inspired by Mr. Maluleke. And then there was also Mr. Gomba, my English teacher, inspired me as well. That is why amongst my major subjects, I've got English as my major. The other thing that I pride myself in is that I'm not easily influenced by my peers. I make my own decisions. I grew up amongst friends who smoke and drink, and I never chose to do that. Even now, I remain a teetotaler.
So you
I
don't
never
drink?
drink nor smoke, but I easily associate with people who do smoke and drink. And being with them does not influence me or make me to do what they do. So whatever I do, I choose wisely.
So you
I
ne-
don't just do things because everybody is doing it. I do it because it comes from the heart. Same thing with teaching. I did not follow friends who went into teaching. I chose teaching, like I said, because I was inspired by those who taught me. People like Mr. Mabuza. He was the principal of Marito. Yeah, he inspired me as well to be where I am today.
So you never tasted alcohol?
I don't even know how it tastes. I just do it. I hate
Not
it.
even a single bottle?
Nah.
Huh. That's strange. That's strange. That's strange.
So, can I ask? I think from what I've seen or what I've heard, you're a family man.
Mm.
And when I was still doing research, if correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
I saw that you're a father of one. Ubutomi.
Oh, yeah, you know. Yes. Yeah, Butom, my only son.
So you only have one?
No, I also have a daughter from maybe a failed relationship.
Oh.
Shihluke.
Oh, but you still meet up with your kid?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. So, yeah, and I even forgot. I once even refed your match, the soccer. You are
Okay.
good for your age.
Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
not only am I a soccer fan,
Yeah.
I'm a player too. I used to play.
Yeah.
You see, when I was at college, they know me, those who schooled with me at Gian College.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play for both divisions, A and B. 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So stay fit,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
healthy type of vibe.
So, can you please explain the method you used to change the school itself? Because it seems like it was a heavy thing doing that thing all over those years. Because now, the stories of the schools, everything is good. You have produced good learners. Everything is good. So, what methods you have used to change all of those bad influences that were there?
Yeah, you should not say that I have used. That we have used.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't work alone.
Oh,
You see, like I will repeat.
Yeah.
It can't be true
Yeah.
that a big institution like our school
Yeah.
can be changed by just one person.
1%, yes.
You must never underestimate the power of unity.
Or unity.
Yes. We work in a community of parents that are very supportive.
Yeah.
That's with supportive parents, there is nothing that is impossible.
Yeah.
So the teachers as well, very supportive.
Yeah.
Even though I came from outside of the institution, I was well received and well supported. No sabotage whatsoever. So working together, the only thing that I say maybe I brought to the institution, it's a passion from myself, setting a good example for others to follow. It works. Instead of telling people to come early in the morning, you come early in the morning yourself, and then they do as you do, not as you tell them. It's easy to inspire people like that. You walk the talk, and then in consistency. You don't say this today and tomorrow you change the story. People will not respect you as a leader. But if you say this is the way to go, and even tomorrow you say the same thing, the way you treat learners equally. If you treat them differently, they easily pick it up. Even with teachers, if you treat them differently, they easily pick it up. And that's how you lose control over them. So, but if you treat them equally, and you are transparent. Ask parents who have got learners in our school. They know how much we get, how much we spend every month, because we give reports quarterly, like it is expected of us. So that's what makes the difference.
Oh, the difference.
On the method, on his question of strategies, I would like to ask, hi Xitsonga va ri n'wana wo ka a nga twi u nyikiwa nkhavi kumbe n'wana u dya hakelo ya swiendlo swa yena. Do you think the government was wrong to ban corporal punishment in schools?
Yeah, personally, I think you see, there is the Bible before you speak of the government. The Bible says we must give it to them, punish them, and our government says no corporal punishment. And unfortunately, I'm an employee. I have to do what the government says. But if you were to ask me, I would say let us follow the Bible. The Bible is never wrong. If the law comes from God, surely it can't be wrong.
Yes.
The other thing is we have got kids who are disciplined like that corporally at home. And when they come to school, you deny them that. They will never listen.
Yeah, never.
It's a problem. I think one of these days we should have to be frank with ourselves and ask, are we correct to defy what God said, that a kid must be punished? And maybe it explains why there is a lot of chaos in our schools, because we are not doing discipline in accordance with God's prescription. We are doing it using our own prescription. And surely it's not working most of the time.
Yeah, because if you look at schools where they don't use that method, everything is bad.
Chaos.
Yeah, there's chaos.
We also don't use it.
Yeah. but when I take a look, if I look at most of the schools, when it comes to discipline, Magoza takes number one. Magoza. If you look when it comes to like studies, after school studies, after 2:30, you see most other schools where the learners are walking on the streets, but you'll never see a Magoza learner walking.
It's only until after 4.
Yeah, only after 4. And it's a group that shows that it's not only maybe a class, it's the whole school. Yeah.
So, maybe. Let me tell you some of the things that we do that encourage that. Like I said, working hand in glove with the parents. If kids are behaving in a manner that is not expected of them, we encourage parental participation. Even though when some parents come, they come thinking that the kids will say, and the parent come fuming, will sit the parent down and explain what the kid has done. Now, if the parents are honest enough to realize that the learner is wrong, it changes the behavior, that wrong behavior in learners. But for those parents who come and support their kids in wrongdoing, their kids never change. But we also give incentives for good behavior. For those who are gifted, if you give us 5 distinctions in grade 12, we give you 10,000.
Wow.
And then 7 distinctions, we give you 15,000.
Wow.
A learner who obtains first position in each grade, 1,000 rand. Position 2, 750. Position 3, 500. Believe you me, money makes the world go round.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And in our school, it makes things happen.
Yes.
You tell learners to say we will be studying until 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, not all of them will go. There will be those who will be chasing that 1,000 rand first prize for their grade. And they will remain until late into the evening. Sometimes we have to chase them, literally so. I invite you to come to our school one day. You will see that, which I'm saying. You have to chase them. So it's dark. It's no longer safe for you guys to go. They insist on staying there. There was this girl, Nandi Le Makubel. She matriculated in 2020. I met her when she was doing grade 9 at around 6 o'clock in the evening. And I stay there all the time. I do my 6 to 6 there. And I'm surprised to meet a grade 9 learner at school at around that time. And I asked her, what are you doing at this time? Musu, you're not in grade 12. And the learner said, Kasama Anyiki Malilia number 1. She got it the previous year in grade 8.
Wow.
And I said,
dedication.
is that the reason why you are still here? She said yes. And I said, then go for it. She got it again in grade 9, end of year, in grade 10, in grade 11, in grade 12. She missed the 15,000 first prize for 7 distinctions by 2% and 1% in maths and physics. She only got 10,000 and she was worried. That's when I realized, this thing works. And even with teachers, I give them 300 rands for arriving early.
Wow.
You may think 300 rands is nothing for a teacher. I give them on the 15th, a week before the 22nd. You will see them in the morning competing, not just for a parking space, but for that first prize.
First prize.
So incentives, no matter how big it is, as long as people are appreciated, they will always give you more than you expect. So whether it's learners or it's teachers, you make them feel appreciated by giving those incentives for good performance. They will always give their all.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because on Friday we were at the school. Even the teachers are nice. Yeah, we were. Yeah, they were very welcoming. Because even before we wanted to start shooting, they waited for your confirmation. Yeah, that shows discipline, and that it shows that you are doing the best part when it comes to leadership. Because they wait for your confirmation. If it was others, they would just say no, do it. But no, we sure you are doing the right leadership. So another thing, there's a name circling around. They say Mabahanzula. Do you know this name?
I only had some learners. I think it's because they are still young. They cannot differentiate between Barule or Mabarule and Mabahanzula. It's Mabarule. I'm a Rikhotso. So the name is Barule.
Oh, it's Barule.
So when I have time, I stop to correct them. Okay, it's not Mabahanzula. It's Barule.
Oh, so they are just complicating things.
Yeah, it's because they are still young.
Is my Barule, Barule, sorry, the clan name?
Yes.
Yeah, because during the field interviews, we captured another, we're having like a learner. I want to play you the recording.
Yes, I'm very much comfortable and okay.
How has your experience been with the school?
My experience being in Magoza School has been one of the lifetime experience in my life. Magoza Secondary School, not Marana, it's one of the hardworking schools that I've ever known in my life.
So you're happy with the quality education you're getting here?
I'm very much, like, the teachers are very much determined. And Nankinki wa Prispalani, like, he's also an inspiration to the learners.
Oh, okay. And then I hear you mentioning your principal, right?
Okay.
If he was going to receive an award or something, what words of encouragement would you say for him or to him?
Okay. Eka ba principal wa yina. Awa, ba principal ba ntala ndzi hlanganile na vo. Mara u fana n'wina ndzi tshama ndzi n'wi vona. Mi principal wo tala rirhandzu. Nhloko ya xikolo yo va na mhaka na vana va xikolo. Nhloko ya xikolo yo tiva ntirho wa yona. Loko ku ri n'wina hawa, a ndza mi bela mavoko xemanga. Like, he deserves to be the best.
Hi.
So this is one of the evidence we captured, and this really shows that what you are saying, it's not lies. It's not lies. Everything is true. There's no any Mabahanzula thing they are complicating. Everything is on facts. Yeah. So what other challenges have you faced since you were the principal of the school?
Yeah, from learners, the challenges that we have, the biggest one is that of drug abuse. Also, teenage pregnancy. Those two affect learners a lot. It's bad. The unfortunate thing is that the drugs that these kids take, they buy from the community itself. And people know them who are selling these things. So you see, even though I can say we do not want this at school, if it's accepted in the community, then as a school we'll be fighting a losing battle.
Yes, that's true.
Many kids drop out of school because of that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, drug abuse. And the next group who drop out of school are those who fall pregnant and have no one to look after their children. And as a result, they have to drop out. For instance, we had, at the beginning of this year, 249 learners. Of those 249, we are left with 243.
Yeah.
And then those who dropped out, amongst the reasons that caused them to drop out, teenage pregnancy, drug abuse. And you won't believe it, amongst those who quit because of drug addiction, it's a girl. Because of the crystal that they take. I don't even know what that is, but I'm told it's another drug in the market that our kids are exposed to.
Yeah.
So you see, 249 grade 12 learners, they were at the end of their journey. Now I'm only finishing that journey with 243. And the community does not seem to worry about it. I can tell you spots where they are selling these things and where kids are smoking dagga openly. And the community sees that. I'm only a principal of a school. There are leaders in the community. If they don't see that as a problem, then we are doomed as a nation.
So, if you had to like put a way to stop these things, which way would you like do it in the community?
I already tried my part.
Yes.
I went to those places, like one spaza shop whose name I won't mention.
Yes.
They will be getting free advertisement. I spoke with the owner. I told him to his face that what he's doing is wrong. He promised to stop. There is also a spaza run by foreign nationals, and I told them, this thing that you are doing, you are destroying our nation. You can't be allowing kids during school hours to be in your spaza shop. And you can't be selling cigarettes to learners in school uniform, because you cannot say you did not know that they are learners because they come here wearing school uniform. So they promised to stop. But unfortunately, if the community does nothing about it, they will not stop. So I also informed the councillor about that. So I hope she will be able to take it up, and other community leaders as well. They will take it up and stop the road that our nation is going through.
Yeah. So the police, you haven't spoken to them with this matter.
No, we work hand in glove with them. Like we also have got a community patrol led by Chief Commander Mr Joe Rikhotso. If any credit should be given for the discipline that is in our school, those are the people that should take credit. The police, who are always on standby should anything go out of control. When we call them, they do come. The patrol, they come. Sometimes they come uninvited. When they see learners in the street, roaming the streets, they bring them to school. And we appreciate that. For your information, there was a time where we lost the enrollment by more than 200 learners. That was in 2017. That was when the gang violence in this community was at its peak. It affected the school as well. I remember some learners came to me to say, we want transfer. He wanted to go because he was a witness to a murder that took place. And he knew if you should give witness in a court of law, he would not be safe. So he chose to go away, to leave school. That's how bad it was. So with the introduction of patrol, sanity prevailed, peace was now restored in the village, and the kids that ran away from our school were brought back. In 2018, because of the kids that dropped out of school and left our school for other safer schools, because our community was not safe, so parents were not comfortable bringing their kids to our school. We lost 9 teachers to a process called the rationalization and redeployment. This is where the department takes kids from a school where the enrollment has gone down to schools where they went up. But with the help of Yama Patrol, we have seen miracles. The school has grown. Last year we received 5 new posts. This year we received again 5 new posts. Next year we'll be receiving 1 new post. So in 3 years we have received 11 new posts. And it's because the community and the parents have again restored their confidence in our school, and we are grown.
Oh,
Next
yes.
year will be the biggest school in Concourse again,
Yeah, that's true.
with 45 teachers.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not me, it's the teachers, it's the SGB,
Yes.
able-led by people like Mr Mkawana, who has been in the SGB since I was there in 2010.
Wow.
And I'm telling myself, the day it goes, maybe that will be the day I also consider going. Because there's been a pillar of strength, like I said.
Yeah.
So you have been reigning the school for 12 plus years now, if I count correctly, because you said since 2010.
Yeah, I did not count. Now that you are now alerting me that maybe I'm due for pension. 12 years, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
By the way, come December next year, I will be 30 years in the service of this department.
Wow.
And I think I've done my part.
Yeah.
I've done my part. Together with my colleagues, we were able to, ever since I arrived, there are people who matriculated during my presence in that school, who are now doctors. Some of them trained in Cuba, qualified doctors.
Wow.
So it means our teachers are doing a great job. For a learner to pass at Magoza, go to Cuba, and still graduate as a doctor. Not one.
Yes, that's true.
But more than one. For learners to go to vets, come back as engineers, it shows our teachers are doing their best.
Yeah, great job.
Not the principal. He does not teach. The teachers do the teaching. So it's only that the accolades come to me, but they are the ones who should be getting all the credit.
No, yes. Because I even heard that you produced King Munada. The one of the
I'm not sure whether you can say we encouraged him to focus on his talents because his passion for music was greater than his passion for education.
Oh.
He dropped out of school at Magoza, and he remained focused in his passion, which is music. And I'm happy for him. He has made it in life, more than his own principal. He can come back and say, I can buy this school and can buy these teachers, can buy everything at this school. So, which is a lesson that I learned from him, that what makes people successful is not necessarily education. It's a passion for what you do. And I'm happy for him.
Yeah, that's true.
For your information, he's very supportive. He may not have passed grade 12 himself, but he supports all our learners from grade 8 to 12. In our school, if you pass your trial examination with a bachelor, we take you to a matric dance free of charge.
Wow.
You pay nothing.
Wow.
And then it's because of support like King Nada gives us. You would host a concert where he claims nothing. People pay, and all proceeds goes to the school.
Wow.
And we appreciate that.
And it's something people don't know.
And it's not him who pays for his own concert. It's the people of this community who comes to pay in support of the kids at school. And with the money that they give us to come and see King Munada, we are able to make things happen. You would have wondered where we get the 15,000 to give learners with those distinctions. It's from people like him.
Wow.
We also have the former premier, the now deputy minister of police, Mr Castle Mathale, very supportive.
Wow.
When the school improved in its performance in 2011, that's when we became the #1 school in the circuit. We slaughtered the beast. We did not buy it. It was donated by Ntate Mathale.
Wow.
2 years back, he gave us 10,000 to give to the #1 learner who got 5 distinctions. Wow. So it is the support that we get from people in this village. The other day, last year, I was very moved. That is why when you invited me, I said, even though we are not allowed to give interviews to the media, I regard you as local people. That's why I'm here. But if I get charged, you will defend me.
I will have.
So I met with this community member, Mr Sambo. Joe's Chicken Lick, or Chisanyam.
Oh, yes.
Not Chicken Lick. He found me buying a lot of chicken. And he said, what are you doing with this? I said, it's for my kids at school. I am bribing them to study late into the night by giving them this meat
Yeah.
to encourage them to come and study. Oh, this is impressive. Don't pay for that. It's
Wow.
on me. The bill is on me.
Wow.
He paid it on the spot, and we only met at Joe's place. And he said, we are moved by your contribution in our community.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, if we have got people who acknowledge our contribution, that's what gives us the energy to move forward. And we are inspired by the support that we get from the community. That is why even when you called me, I knew we wanted to give this interview as a way of supporting the school, and we appreciate that. That's why we would never have disappointed you.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
why we are here.
We are the ones who really appreciate it.
Sure.
Can I ask, loko ma vulavula hi malembe lama mi nga lawula exikolo tlhelo hi nseketelo wa mathicara, you said your reign might be coming to an end soon. So me xivutiso xa me a ku ri eka vana va lembe ra lero ku lawula kan'we ku nga ta fika emakumu, if the government gives a budget to the school yearly that we know, a mi ta endla yini ku va khensa vana valavo na muganga hi ku angarhela?
Now, for the support that they gave, I think maybe I will emulate Mr. Mathale. I will also slaughter a beast for their good performance to keep on encouraging them.
Yes.
Yeah. The other person that has been very supportive, it will be a huge mistake for me not to acknowledge their support. The former principal, Ma'am Ntsanwisi, she was also my English teacher at Charles. But unfortunately, you see, she made a huge impact, more than the teachers that taught me for many years. She did not teach me for a month. And she was promoted to another school when she left Charles Mathale. She was my English teacher. The things that she taught me in my short stint in her classes, I never forget. And I used to teach to my kids. And they think I'm very good, and it's not me, it's her. Even now that she's on pension, she should identify good learners and gives incentives for the good performers. And we appreciate that. Her son, Sam Ntsanwisi, is a constant motivator. Even this morning we had a parents meeting. He was there. He motivated our grade 12s to prepare themselves for the final exam. So the Ntsanwisi family has been very supportive. So if you think I'm the one running the school, you do not know. There are people who are behind my back, and the support that they give, it's highly appreciated.
Yeah, but I think it's because of your work. The changes when you came, you brought, it also brought them back, because you really played a good role. If it was me, I would just build a statue for you. You really deserve it.
I think it's a matter of Mintiro ya Bulabula.
Yeah, Victoria Abulabula, indeed.
Yeah, with statues, you wait until a person is dead. And because you see a person can disappoint you.
But no, for you, you can't, because wow, you really played a huge role. So you really deserve it. We can make it now, and we can even make it then. Yes. So
I'm flattered.
Yeah, in closing, we don't really do this, but we really had to, because now we bought roses. We don't really give our guests, but for this show, we really have to. Producer,
thanks. Maybe I will also, as I receive the gift, say to my friends and everyone who loves me, that these are the kind of gifts, these are kind of flowers that I appreciate, given to me while I live. And the appreciation that you showered me with encourages me. And I will share that with my colleagues, that the good thing that we are doing is being noted, and people appreciate that. Thank you for appreciating me while I'm still alive. Others wait until a person is dead, and then say things are good about him when he cannot even hear or appreciate the appreciation. So allow me to appreciate being appreciated.
No, we thank you. We thank you, sir.
Before everything,
Mm.
there was something we needed to discuss, but before it was in Amashwing, the cover court, Barule, here.
Ah. Yeah, not my bands. No, thank you.
Xiyenge kumbe xiave lexi mi nga xi tlanga eka muganga wa le Tshwane. Rito ra n'we a ri twakale ku fikela emakumu ka vutomi bya n'we a nga ta yimela misa ku ri hi ta veka eswiluva emaribyeni kambe hi Nkosi mama.
I see everything about that.
Nkulukumba loyi u fike la Magoza hi 2010. Ku fikeni ka yehe ku ve na ku cincanyana towards the a no vula ku ri nkarhi luwa swilo a hi nga lwisi ku ri swi famba mara ku fika ka yehe ku ve na injection ya serious ya ku ri swilo swi cinca swi famba hi ndlela ya kahle. Ni nga vulavula hi discipline. A ku ri hi ye murhangeri lonkulu wa discipline. Hi yena kota ku jikajika byela vana nghenani tlilasini and all that before hina mathicara hi va tani. Swo tala ni swi tshikela yena. Ni tlhela ni hlamusela ku i munhu wa ku u huma ka ti-union u tiva ti-rules i lidara na le ka union lero leadership ya le ka ti-union na la ya translate and it's for the good of the community or maybe let me say just humanity South Africa at large. Hi mhaka ya discipline.